Hello everyone, this is Here's Trivia. Welcome back to Season 4 of our Subscribers Game Tournament as we kick off Round 2 here in the first matchup between our 16-seeded player, Simply Zero, versus our first-seeded player, Folden. And looking at their composition here, Simply Zero is bringing an army led by Sun Jian, Fa Zheng, and Zhang Jiao. Excellent general choices across the board, and we have 2 handmade guard to provide guard passive, 1 militia lancer cavalry as a fast cavalry unit, and then 6 unit of the Dongzhou spearmen, which has a bow component, and they can have fire arrow. So this is a great choice for this map, as there are a lot of vegetation across the board to light up on fire for morale damage. And then finally, we have Zhang Jiao with 6 unit of the Messenger of Heaven, definitely hands down the best cavalry unit in the game. And then looking at Folden on the red side, we have an army led by Lu Bu, Xu Huang, and Mu Lu. So Folden got his first seed because of his excellent showing in the group stages, where he specialized in an army led by Imperial Lancer Cavalry and Elephants. And as we can see, he has changed up his army comp for this map. So instead of bringing all cavalry and elephant, he's introducing an infantry segment here under Xu Huang, with 6 unit of the Qingzhou melee infantry, which in my opinion actually doesn't play well in this map, because the strong point of the Qingzhou unit is that once their morale dips, they fight harder and will dish out more damage while giving up defense, and they'll be unbreakable for those 30 seconds when they have misplaced devotion active. This map in particular is actually a nerf against these units, because if you're able to light the trees on fire ahead of their charge, you can trigger misplaced devotion just with the fire plus a little damage, which gives you the option to get rid of their passive before you actually engage them, and that greatly nerfs how strong Qingzhou units can be. Now aside from that, he's also gone away from the Imperial Cavalry and have taken a bit of Xiliang Cav on Lu Bu, and of course those 2 elephants on Mu Lu. So we'll see how he plays this out. He has shown he's very good at microing these units in charges, and we look forward to seeing how this one plays out on the battlefield. Now, as we load into battle here, you can see that it's very foggy, because that's what we set the weather to. It's winter and fog. And if we zoom in a little, you can see that Simply Zero has divided his army. One group is in square formation, very tightly packed squares. I don't know if they're going to actually start out the battle like this, or he's going to move them at the start. He's hiding kind of out of vision by the ridge standard, because if the units over here, they can't technically see them. But that also means they can't really use their bow effectively, especially when they're overstacked like this. These guys can't shoot because they're blocked. But overall, interesting rectangle over here. We have Zhang Jiao leading the way. He can definitely charge up because his goal is to get injured and die to activate his passive, as long as other units are nearby, and these cavalry can definitely rush there when he's about to die. Fa Zheng is trying to sneak over and land some mock. Then looking at Folden's side, we have a pretty standard setup. We have the infantry in the front and elephants in the back. There's 2 hidden Qingzhou assault infantry on the side here. Not sure what their goal is, but you can see, at least we can see from Simply Zero's vision perspective, nothing is visible here on Folden's side. Even this unit, I'm pretty sure is hidden in the forest, even though you have a little patch of vision apparently right here. And it's going to be scouting. This map is all about discovering where your enemies are and trying to trick them. So we'll see how this goes. And for those who, talk about realism in Total War, scouting in the fog is realistic for ancient battles. You just didn't have a bird's eye view of where the enemies are. They aren't color-coded for you. You have to actually find them. And being a scout is a risky job. So one side, Lu Bu is scouting. On the other side, we have Zhang Jiao scouting. Now, Lu Bu as a scout and Zhang Jiao as a scout both make a lot of sense. Lu Bu has the gaze, which means if enemy cavalry try to intercept him, he can always use the gaze to freeze them and run away, whereas Zhang Jiao doesn't mind taking damage because he has Lord of Heaven as a backup option, so taking damage is actually his purpose. So we're feeling it out. Both sides need to discover where the other sides are. I'm curious, this gotta move. This can't stay here. This is not gonna be very useful here. So the one mounted lancer with its faster speed is also just helping with scouting, and trying to find where the enemies are. Folden's kind of grouping his generals together. Oh, there's another unit spread out over here. Yeah, since no one knows where the other side is starting out, they're just they just have to kind of scout it out and see who finds who first. They might be showing in vision soon. They keep going like this, but I guess there's nothing on this side of the ridge to show because everything's over here, but they don't know that. They somehow managed to go to the same side. Oh, something showed in vision, the elephants. So we see the lines. And as they pop out of vision, I'm sure Folden's also going to discover them, and both sides going to get a feel for the action's going to happen right here. Now, what about these guys? Will they join the fight? This is very disjointed. Now, here they come. So for Simply Zero, after discovering the enemy and after, losing their vision after finding them because they're still going in and out of forest, has decided to kind of remain still here, grouping together, not trying to force anything with Fa Zheng because it's a risky proposal to try to go into a forest to find a mock target because you need vision for mock. So while mock is very strong, it's not easy to pull off when all their units could be hidden in this forest here. So Zhang Jiao is scouting and doesn't mind suiciding himself. Now, the one thing about the Qingzhou Assault Infantry is they're not actually a spear unit. They're melee infantry, so they can't actually dismount anyone. And Zhang Jiao can actually do quite a bit of damage. Are those infantries coming? No, they're backing up. Oh, I mean, part of the reasons why they can't climb down here is too steep. They have to actually loop back to softer grounds. Yeah, if it's too steep, you can't actually walk on it. Yeah, Zhang Jiao has triggered Misplaced Devotion on them. That's all he really needs to do. Now there's a pretty long cooldown for this to be active again. Plus the duration, 150 seconds. But you can't really just charge out for one known target. Zhang Jiao's just going to be annoying here. And Folden has managed to move all his unit on this side. So we'll see if there's any attempt to try to punish Zhang Jiao here, because he's actually pretty detached, but no one really knows this yet. Alright, Lu Bu has shown up. And the chase has begun in the forest. Here comes the messengers. Yes. And the taunt on the elephant. Good choice. Maybe Lu Bu can use his gaze and get out. He didn't go for it. He should have done that, though, I think. Ooh, Lu Bu's taking too much damage, I think. This Qingzhou unit's helping them out. Folden has sent one cavalry, but not really enough. And the problem with the Qingzhou Assault Infantry is showing because there's way too many cavalry and they can't handle cavalry. And Zhang Jiao continues to be annoyed. And he's also there to provide vision. He's just hunting Lu Bu right now. Are the infantry coming? They are coming. They're very far behind. So Folden's strategy of, charging one at a time, keeping units in reserve, is backfiring a little bit because the lack of intel on how many units are over here. And as they chase Zhang Jiao into this field of Messenger of Heaven, I think a timely use of the Dragon's Gaze and just getting out would have been better. Now there's really no target for Mulu's elephant to hit because there's no infantry here. And he's just going to get stuck and get swarmed by the cavalry. He's just dying here. Trying to rampage his way out. Has some elephant friends. But yeah, this is a terrible army to charge into on the elephant. And the forest is actually not a great elephant map because they get in the way of your charge. And whereas Folden got these really clean, beautiful charges off on the open field, now you can see the elephants having to find their way through this and then landing a charge on these cavalry just isn't going to do much. Essentially, the entire army, the slam abilities on these two generals are the best weapon against these cav. So we'll see if we get a good... Oh, we got Dragon's Gates. They're frozen. Oh, dismounted. They're not here to kill the cavalry. They're here to try to fight generals. Weeble's also dismounted. Okay, here's the Flame of the Phoenix. Mock over here, excellent. Another... Okay, that wasn't great. And are we finally getting infantry reinforcement? Here comes the fire arrows. Although that's also going to damage the friendlies too. Killing off some of the elephant. Weeble is stuck. You know, he's dismounted. He's going to have to fight his way out, which I don't think he can. Yeah, Mulu has died in this mess already. Bajo's just hovering. It's okay, the roar ability, he'll bounce back. Yeah, the fire morale hit is going to hit both sides. Zhang remains. Li Bu is low. Xu Huang is full health. Bajong pulls back to get the cooldown. Yeah, the fire affects both sides. So pulling away, trying to reset the line here. I mean, focusing Zhang Jiao here right now wouldn't be so bad. One elephant left. The Xilong Cav is over pursuing here, I think. Because what are you going to do against all these Dongzhou Bing? There's really nothing they can charge at, and they just got hit with the flame. But once again, the tree's going to have the units pretty spread out. That Flame of Phoenix is not going to do too much. Zhang Jiao should run away now. He doesn't want to die away from his unit, dragging them over. Yeah, this is the awkward play here. Simply Zero's usage of Zhang Jiao is really good. As a scout, as a bait, now actually pulling enemy's unit in with the threat of dying pretty soon, and then having invincible units basically go up. I think that formation isn't going to help too much, but there's only one elephant unit left, so it's not too bad. They probably should actually leave the formation. It's stopping their bow usage. They're going to countercharge the elephant. That's a brave decision. The elephant's going to actually pick up quite a few kills here as they get a crowd. I think if you spread them out and just put them in square, they probably would, you know, take the least damage from elephant. Just have your generals go kill them. Zhang Jiao's now hiding in the back. I mean, Folden has actually regrouped his line. My concern now is just the fire arrows would do quite well. I mean, the spear plus the fire arrows would do quite well against everything that's left. And Xu Huang's job is to kill 3 generals, while one of the general wants to just keep mocking you to death. That's going to be very difficult. For Simply Zero, the only lose condition is somehow all the units get slammed in a crowd like this. This is super inefficient usage. They can't shoot because they're blocking each other. They just need to give a spread command. Because you're afraid of the Flame of the Phoenix. That's pretty much it. He got mocked. I didn't catch when he got mocked, play 11 seconds ago, but that was a quick mock and back. Alright, the 6 unit bounce back. Yeah, this crowding is very bad. And Sun Jian's going up. I think the unit choice here, the Qingzhou Assault Infantry, I mean, they met into a counter matchup of sorts, but they're usually never a great choice because as long as the enemy generals, you know, are on their horse, they're actually quite good against these. They got the Misplaced Devotion cooldown back, which is excellent. Xu Huang's too afraid to join the fight. I mean, he needs to be the help. If he wait until these unit rout, he's going to be fighting alone. There's no army loss on him, he's unbreakable, but still. Zhang Jiao's trying to find a way to die and can punish these units, and they can't punish him back. They lost morale on the side. Is the Xilong Cav going to come over, or did he lose track of that unit? Oh, he's coming. He's coming. But there's just no great target here. Getting debuffed. Zhang Jiao is immediately sicked onto him. Yeah, the usage of Zhang Jiao is excellent. That has swung most of this fight and dictated the term of the fight as well. Dismount, Flame the Phoenix usage on both sides. Another mock. I think that's... Oh, Zhang Jiao has died. Oh, run. He dismounted. He can't run. Okay, so mock is a 60-second timer. So when we saw it earlier, it was 30 plus seconds ago, which is why we didn't catch it. I think Fa Zheng pulled off 4 mocks in this battle. We saw one on Mulu in the beginning. And then I think we've seen 2 on Xu Huang already. And Lu Bu got 1 as well. And all the units are gone. It's just Xu Huang now plus 1 cav hiding from behind. I doubt the cav can keep up the morale for much longer. It's shocking how much Xu Huang's health... Oh, there's 2 cav. That's like shocking how much morale they're holding on to. Alright, they get the charge command. I would send these in one at a time. Yeah, the placement of these units have been very poor. Trying to finish off Fa Zheng. Definitely a good choice because that true damage mock is way too strong if you let him live for too long. The cavalry's coming in. Good charge from behind. Square formation spread out would have solved all these problems. That's okay. We got Sun Ce cleaning up over here. He basically caught them at the end of the 1 minute. Ooh, doing everything he can. Roar, slam, charge. Folden's micro is still very on point. It's just that he has very little tool right now. Fa Zheng's just waiting for the next cooldown, I'm sure. Oh, the cavalry make him rout? I don't think the cavalry can pull out of this though. He's trying. I'm pretty sure he's trying to click this. Whether or not he bounced. Oh, he's trying to hit him on... Okay, there's an opportunity to kill him while he's mounted. Folden has a shot. Oh, coming back with the Wisdom River. So he's just not doing random charges. He's actually standing and fighting. And then that should do it. Oh, he's still alive. He's still alive. 3.5k. Okay, don't use abilities. You should just be whacking. Oh, it's hard to click on top of this guy. Gotta take this opportunity. Oh, got knocked back. Sun Jian gets the kill. Folden put up a fight. But yeah. Let's talk about this. This was a great match. And congratulations to Simply Zero for moving on. The match basically fought in a way that Zhang Jiao did so much to secure his win. First with the unit choice. Coming with Messenger of Heaven and just a lot of cavalry in general. Really solves the elephant issue that could arise, and the fact that the infantry were so far behind actually benefited because those elephants just simply didn't have any good target. We saw one elephant rejoin the fight later and did get a charge in when there were only 10 elephants left out of the 12, and you can see the 121 kills pretty quickly on the infantry. So if they were even around, the elephants would have done a lot more. Same thing with Mulu. Those 3 guys, 2 elephants plus Mulu, just had nothing to charge at. And the messengers were able to kind of get them stuck because there's equal mass, or not equal, but much higher mass than infantry to make them move slower through the unit, and was able to land a lot of damage on that. The mock was used while on Mulu right away to get rid of him. And then the second mock, which we caught, was on Lu Bu. He, I think, could have been a little bit more decisive with the Dragon's Gates in the beginning when they realized they ran into a trap chasing Zhang Jiao for the first time. There wasn't anything he can really do. Zhang Jiao's going to be a pest. He's going to come in, he's going to scout you out, and if you respawn, you're likely running into a trap, and there's not much you can do about that. And there's no unit in Folden's comp that is good against this many Messenger of Heaven, which I think is the weakness of the comp. But you could easily kind of solve that problem if you just went with a different Qingzhou unit, the Spear variety or the Z variety that's actually anti-cav instead of the Assault Infantry. The Assault Infantry is going to beat Spear unit, which I guess is what he really wanted to do here. He's worried that if he runs into an all Spear comp, or maybe like Defender of the Empire comp, it would be very difficult for his cavalry and elephant to kill every single one of them. So maybe at that time you shore up that weakness. I mean, it's always a gamble with blind matchup, but in my opinion, if that was the main concern, bring Lu Bu and Xu Huang and Mu Lu, 3 generals who are really good at killing all types of infantry. I don't think the infantry problem should have been the main concern. Should have, gone in heavy, either more cavalry, which, more cavalry beats less cavalry. So you just basically try to beat enemy cavalry with your own cavalry, or get some spear units, which would also help you during those fight against enemy infantry as well. But Folden, really patient player, holds unit in reserve, used them really well, times the proper charges, and was really able to make this quite a fight at the end, as we had a close call. I thought maybe if he was able to kill Sun Jian a little bit earlier on the horse, if Sun Jian was kind of microed incorrectly and he wasn't fighting back, if Sun Jian was running around, trying to dismount or trying to just get away from the damage, that's when you get into trouble on the horse. The fact that he kind of stayed still and remained in the fight, props to Simply Zero for doing that, and was able to land the final strike and win the match there. So excellent match all around. We saw a lot of good strategies here on both sides, and I think the map did play a part into it, with the fire morale damage countering Xingzhou units a little bit, massive amount of trees and vision game, creating uncertainty, forcing units to scout, sacrificing some of your health to scout, and of course the elephant being stumped by the trees and by the cavalry unit. So a great start to round 2. We have one more match for today coming later, and we'll do 2 matches every day until all 8 matches are played. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and we'll see you later. Bye!